My phone rang at 2:47 a.m. No number showed up on my phone, only a silhouette of a person breathing heavily. At first it was normal breathing, but then it started to get deeper and more intense. I could hear the wet, raspy breaths getting louder and louder until I was sure that if I didn't answer the call, whoever was on the other end would come through my phone and kill me. My hand trembled as I reached out for the phone. I slid it across the table and it clattered to the floor. I felt a sudden urge to move, to run away from whatever was calling me. I tried to stand up, but my legs felt heavy like lead weights pulling me down. Outside, the wind howled and rain lashed against the windows. Thunder cracked in the distance and lightning flashed, momentarily illuminating the darkened room. As the seconds ticked by, my fear grew. What if the person on the other end of the line wasn't a person at all? What if it was something evil, something that had been waiting patiently in the darkness for its chance to strike? Then suddenly, just as abruptly as it began, the breathing stopped. Silence hung in the air, thick and heavy, broken only by the sound of my own ragged breathing. I hesitated for a moment, my heart pounding in my chest, but curiosity got the better of me, and I picked up the phone. "Hello," I whispered, my voice shaking, but there was no reply. Only a faint buzzing sound filled my ear. I tried to make out what the person on the other end was saying, but their voice was too distorted. It sounded like they were speaking from a grave. Then I heard it again. "Hello," I called out, my voice echoing in the vast darkness. Still, nothing. I felt a sense of relief, but it was short-lived. I knew that whoever or whatever was on the other end hadn't meant to reveal themselves. They had probably hung up by accident. But then the phone rang again, and I recoiled as if burned. My hand flew away from the receiver. This time, though, I couldn't ignore it any longer. I had to know who was calling me. Taking a deep breath, I picked up the phone and said hello. A man's voice whispered into my ear. "I see you," he said. His voice was raspy and hollow, like the sound of gravel grinding together. I froze. How did he know I was home alone? Had someone been watching me? Before I could respond, the line went dead. I stared at the phone in my hand, my mind racing. I tried to dismiss the call as a prank, but a chill ran down my spine that had nothing to do with the October air. Then it happened again. The phone rang. I let it go to voicemail this time, but when I listened to the recording, all I heard was a heavy breathing on the other end. I tried to call back, but the number had been disconnected. But then it rang again, and this time when I answered, the voice was different. It was a woman's voice, and she was crying. "Please help me," she whispered. "He's here and he's watching us." I could hear the fear in her voice, and it sent a shiver down my spine. That's when I realized I wasn't safe. Whoever was out there was watching me, waiting for me to let my guard down. I tried to call the police, but the line died before I could get through. I was trapped in my own home, at the mercy of a stalker who seemed to know my every move. The phone rang again, and this time the voice was closer than ever. "I know you're there," it hissed, "and I know what you're thinking. You can't hide from me forever. I'm coming for you." I could hear the manic laughter in his voice, and it sent a chill down my spine. Suddenly, I heard a loud bang at the window. I turned and saw a dark silhouette framed in the glass. My blood ran cold. He was outside. I backed away from the window, my heart pounding in my chest. Then I saw another shadow, this one at the end of the hallway. It was moving closer, slowly at first, then faster. I ran to the bedroom and locked the door behind me. But as I turned to face the closet, my worst fears were confirmed. Standing in front of me was the man from the phone call. "Who are you?" I whispered, my voice shaking. But he didn't answer. Instead, he took a step closer, and I screamed. The phone vibrated in my pocket. I pulled it out and looked at the screen. It was another text from the unknown number. "You shouldn't have moved," it read. "Now you can't escape me." I tried to call out for help, but my voice was hoarse from screaming. Then the phone vibrated again. This time the screen flashed, and the words "Gotcha" appeared in bold letters. That's when I saw him. He was standing behind me, his face inches from my own. His eyes were wide and blank, his mouth twisted into a grotesque smile. But it wasn't his face that made me scream. It was the reflection in the mirror behind me. The person in the mirror wasn't me, it was him. The calls haven't stopped. Since then, whenever my phone rings at night, I don't answer it. I just watch and wait.